Greetings, greetings. Round of applause for me. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Creative Talent Productions. How are you all doing? How is everybody doing today? Um, I have my hair out. I do. Usually, I have my hair covered. Um, but for starters, everybody, we're all living in America, America. Huh. Okay, so I ordered new eyeglasses, so I'll be able to see again better. Um, it's unbelievable. It's just all these things happen. Well, it's always good to have an extra set of eyeglasses around because I can't wear contacts. I probably would be able to wear contacts. However, due to my chronic dry eye, I cannot. I cannot. And I'm waiting to see if let's see, anybody's going to sign on because apparently certain people who donate to certain types of campaigns um, here on the World Wide Web, they don't like when people speak about politics because well, they just don't. So then, because I usually I talk about societal issues in politics and all that. So, um, what happens here too is that I get a lot of bots. Like somebody was telling me a story yesterday. They thought that it was time for their therapeutic session. Yeah. So, but it's pretty interesting. It's actually pretty interesting. It's actually very, very interesting how that works out. You know, so when you talk about politics, unless you have, well, unless you have a backers, then these websites like this one here, they don't like to have people speak about stuff. It's just what they do. It's what they do. It's the control of the dominance of money, and it's the dominance of capital in our society. You should ask your mama that. Yeah, this person asked just a really foolish question, just to be like an annoyance. I just have to ignore comments because it's not worth my energy. But yeah, so we are no, we're gonna be we're gonna be experiencing some interesting times ahead, everybody. Like I said, everything comes down to a supremacy here, and what the current admin, and also the latest now the courts, the Supreme Court now has greenlit and authenticated the ethnic profiling, racial profiling. Anyone who is brown in the Los Angeles, California area, anyone who is speaking in their native language will be apprehended by ICE. Right? This is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. So, what we saw happening online in Germany, okay, what we saw happening there is now here. And this is that the person who's writing all this is Project 2025, Project 2025, and this is Stephen Miller. They are Stephen Miller, like I said, he's that guy who from probably daycare. He probably had a couple of incidents. I'll say, I don't want to be banned. Probably had a couple of incidences like when he was in nursery school, probably with a Latino kid, an Asian kid, a black kid, an Arab kid. And he just said right there, oh, that's it. Oh, it's probably somebody who was maybe a child who was gay, who identified as being gay. They probably harassed him, and maybe they had an incident. That's what I say. That's why he has so much hatred in his heart. But somebody like him, well, he's a fraud. They're all frauds. You see all of them. We are right now in the cryptocurrency fraud scandalous presidency. That's what it is. It's called crypto scam. Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. And we have, let's see, we have Elon Musk, who is very, very irate. He's saying that there is a diminishing white race, the diminishing white race. He doesn't like that. He doesn't like that. So well, you know, you want your people, fine, have them multiply. Go to Utah. There you go. Get some purebred right there. You know, I don't know how you're having all these children, if you're actively engaged in the act of procreation, or if it's just through a donor, like a little egg implant, you know. But somehow or another you're getting it in, getting your seed in. So there you go. You can make about, listen, oh, and another thing what's happening, this administration, listen to what I'm going to say carefully, and you could say anything you want. Anything you want. Go, please, right ahead. Go say anything you want, right? Yeah. Then move along. This is what I'm speaking on. You don't like it? Keep it moving. No, not at all. Oh, who's the current controller? Okay. Who's operating the Game Boy? The Game Boy of the U.S. Take a walk, pal. Take a walk. Keep walking. Don't let me eviscerate you, because you're not even worth my energy. But they are now making it legal for underage cohabitation and marriage. Underage sexual activities with underage minors. They are for this. This is going to be called the FIDO administration. The FIDO. FIDO or FIDO? I say FIDO. Like the FIDO admin. It's okay now. So for any of the people who think it's okay for young girls to be exploited in a physical way, you have big problems. You have very severe problems. Yeah. That fantasy of a child bride is so grotesque, so offensive, and the fact that they're covering it up and you're supporting it, you're like superstars. Wow. I hope that those of you who are supporting it, you reap, you sow. There you go. So if you're covering this up, and you're rah-rahing that, this is what has to be done. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is what has to be done, because this is the world. This is the leader of the Western world. Yeah. How about that? Oh, then let's hear the no, you know what I'm looking at online now too. I'm seeing how they're using religion. They're using Islam, and they're saying that they want child brides. No. That's a fallacy that was created. Yeah. Because we all know who the ringleaders are. the king, you know? It's okay. Listen, I used to work years ago. I used to work in the restaurant industry, right? And all of these places were all OC joints, okay? Every single one of them. Legitimate businesses, but OC places. I was in, excuse me, this is years ago. I was in a Club A years ago. And, well, what was going on? Um, I didn't work there, but I just knew the people who operated the place. And well, let's just say there was a lot of activity with a lot of young girls, young girls, not girls in the club, girls connected to people in the club. Okay, and many seniors. I mean, like father, grandfather difference. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember some. It was actually some clown made a comment, and then I responded back, "Yeah, okay. You like cement?" And then he's like, "Who's talking about? You like cement? Keep it moving, buddy. Keep it moving." Yep, crazy, 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 crazy. So yeah, but then you have these poor young girls. When I say you like cement, it's like that would be coming from me. Yeah, you can anybody can buy a bag of cement. You know what I mean? But you have young girls. They come to a country. They come to a foreign country. Passports get taken. Okay. Here's the grooming method. This is what groomers do. All right. You see, they'll see young girls trying to survive, and they'll come up with, well, I know a guy, or oh, I know this lady, da 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 da. Oh, I could recommend a hairstylist for you, da 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 da. All kinds of scams, all kind of games, you know. Passports get taken. They get set up in places. All right. Oh, and by the way, talk about places. There's been a couple of cat houses that have been owned and operated by members of the NYPD. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You'd be surprised what a small world it is. You'd be surprised what underhanded money, and how people, when people are making money and they think they're big shots, like driving a Cadillac, wearing a pinky ring, a few cocktails, a few little bumps. Years ago they used to call them lines, and people start, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah. It's all connected, people. It's all connected. All connected. One hand washes the other, because in everything that goes on in the White House, they got the jump on it. They know what's going on. They didn't know anything about that plant. They didn't know anything about that plant. Well, they have now just gifted South Korea how many billions? Yeah, yeah. So this is where we're at, everybody. This is where we're at. Corruption chronicler. Anyway, it's going to be a really, really good day when those files get exposed. It's going to be an even better day when, well, there's going to be a lot coming. And that big old plane that was given, yeah, $40 billion plane. We are so screwed, everyone. We are so screwed. Watch and see. You're going to see. Bricks, bricks, baby, bricks. Bricks, baby, bricks. Yep. So Putin, right now, Russia, baby. Putin is laughing all the way to the bank. Putin's like, boy, oh boy. Did I reel him in, or did I reel him in? Yes, he did. Everybody have a good one. Till next time, bye. Not race baiting, truth telling. There's a difference.